behind the days. Hello!
Are we in?
You're in! We're starting. Hey guys, welcome back.
Welcome back. It's January.
Yes, lean into the mic, Mel. There we go.
I'm sorry, I was wrapped in this ginormous blanket I've put around me.
We're just freezing here in the
We
studio.
live in the tundra of...
This is Behind the Desk. I'm Luke.
I'm Mel.
Oh my god, keep up. And yeah, this is Behind the Desk. We're so happy to be back. We're rocking and rolling. We are like hardcore, like several episodes in now.
We've now been apart from each other for 2.5 weeks.
Yes, we have.
And I don't know. We're pre-recording, so you don't hear the sadness in our voices.
We won't be weeping every night from the fact that we miss each other. It's fine. It's fine. We're just fine.
What are you doing? I don't know that voice.
Anyway, we're having a lot of fun. We hope you guys are having fun. So please email us stuff and Twitter at us and Facebook at us.
It's not Twitter at us. It's tweet.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm not fluent on how the words work.
I'm not sure.
But yeah, we hope everybody's having fun listening to us. Audition season's rocking and rolling at this point. And I hope everybody's doing okay and not...
I hope you're booked and blessed already.
Yeah. I hope that first
week... You're booked and blessed, you get out of the audition season, you're like, I'm out.
The first, week happened and,
First audition of the new year, bang, got it.
Bang, done. Booked for 6 months and, just...
And then
Broadway.
coast through February.
There you go. So I'm going to tell a quick little story that happened actually at work, which just to get us started here, before we dive into horror stories.
Once again, we will never reveal where we work.
Yes. but before we dive into horror stories and our main topic for the week. So I'm at work. Actually, I was with you. Yeah, it was with you.
Yeah, we were working together.
And frequently, the place where we work, there's people who come from other floors, go to the bathroom, or they just get lost and they come to the wrong floor for whatever reason. And this woman comes up. She asks where the bathroom is. I send her back there. I forget about the fact that she's even on the floor. And she comes back 2 minutes later and does the spiel that I'm used to explaining to people. They're like, what's going on here?
What is this place?
Yeah, what is this place? Except for the question wasn't, what is this place? She goes, okay. What's with all these sleazy girls walking around? What is it that you do here?
The fun thing is, he heard cheesy.
I heard cheesy.
I heard sleazy.
Well,
so
no,
we're still not sure what she said.
I heard cheesy, but I also heard slutty, and so then I was like, it had to be sleazy. And my immediate reaction was, I was immediately like, excuse me? And she was like, these girls and what they're wearing, what do you do here?
Let's be clear, they're wearing Lululemon.
Yeah, they were just rocking. There was a dance call. They're just there for a normal thing. And I was like, okay, well, there's some what?
Everyone knows.
Just for legal reasons we don't say it. But yeah, I was like, okay, they're here for calls for Broadway tours, regional shows. And they go in and they audition, they dance, and they come out, they go home. That's just what happens here. And she goes, oh, okay, so then they book the jobs and you keep all the money. I understand. I was like, no. This is what? This isn't a brothel.
Where that woman was coming from. I don't know where she was going. She just
this
arrived.
woman was convinced this place was a brothel of some sort, which I don't understand.
The two of us running a brothel would be the worst thing that has ever happened to the world.
Oh, we would not be
so
fit
terrible.
for this. Also,
I don't even think we'd know how.
Yeah.
We wouldn't know the first thing about running a brothel.
No, we'd have no idea. Also, something fun is Mel's aunt is making us puppet Muppets of us, and it's gonna be great.
Hopefully, yeah.
We're gonna do a photo shoot of that /
I thought it was gonna be a surprise.
Well, yeah, I can edit this out, or I cannot. I don't know.
I think
this
it
is
should
a
be
ways down the
surprise,
road, Mel. We're
Luke,
fine.
I think it should be a surprise.
Okay, well, why?
We're not even together right now.
Oh my god, what do you mean we're not together? Stop teasing me! Alright, we're gonna do some horror stories. Here's some horror stories from a couple different people.
From the people that we know, and you know who you know, and sometimes you don't know.
Yeah, they're gonna be their voices, and here we go. Okay, dinosaurs live. Got it. Great.
So, you get in there, and there was the typical people who thought it was going to be a dance call, and they were in all this stuff. And then you had 10 guys who had clearly been given what this was going to be. Basically, I don't know why they had actors audition for it. They should have had athletes audition for it, because their whole thing was, like, all right, we're gonna go through a 45-minute workout right now and see who is still standing at the end. Because it was as an audition, and so it was just we were working out, running across, doing these sprints, all this stuff, and these guys were
in costume,
dropping
right?
like flies. No, this one was. Yeah. We did that later.
Oh no.
And
that's too good. Oh,
so we're doing all these exercises, and we're like, what is going on? And then they show this video for it, and you have this full-on T-Rex or Velociraptor suit on top of you, and you like control the mouth, and you like, but your legs are going with it, and it is pretty crazy. And so we had to do all this stuff, and then they brought us back. The next day, there was 4 of us. And
so you made it through.
I made it through.
How many were in the first group?
Oh, probably 40. And
well, congratulations.
Yeah.
and I ended up not taking it. I don't know if I didn't. I can't remember how. There was one of 3 options. I either tanked it on purpose, didn't accept it, or didn't get it somehow just because I wasn't exactly.
Tanked it on
No, there was
purpose.
there was something about the fit of the like your legs in them. Like your legs to torso ratio needed to be a certain thing. Like your legs had to be a certain length for the legs of the dinosaur to match it. And I was like, gosh, I'm getting typecast out of a dinosaur call. How am I gonna get?
No.
And it basically when you what was it? You can stop it.
That was fucking great, though.
Can you imagine us running a brothel? That'd be fucking weird.
Our slogan would be "Service with a smile."
We wouldn't even know what to do. We'd be like, maybe come in here one time, sir.
Ew. Okay, we're back. Oh man,
Those are a madam this past
those
summer.
are amazing horror stories. So if you have some of those and you want to get on the show so that you can help other people feel like not alone in their wacky, zany, awful audition lives, email us lukewarmmelon@gmail.com.
You know what? You see something happening? Just YouTube it to us.
Yeah, just film it.
Just film it. And
Yeah.
just send it to us.
But just send it to us and then we'll describe it.
Send us a silent film and we will add the commentary.
That would be better. But literally stop us if you see us, if you're Mel.
Well, you're not here.
You know what? I think there'll be a lot of people in New Orleans that want to tell me their life stories, okay?
I feel like someone is gonna see me on the subway and be like, that's the girl I should approach about this hilarious audition story, and then I'm gonna like make a weird noise because they're approaching me unexpectedly.
Yeah,
they're
it'll
just
be
gonna
like,
run away.
is that Mel McSweetie? Is
I'll be
that
like,
Mel
"Ah!"
McSweetie from
Just
behind
run
the
away.
desk?
Oh man.
I'm gonna tell her a story!
They should announce themselves if you're approaching me. Get very nervous.
Okay.
Be like, I'm approaching Mel! Like, just let me know.
And you'll still be just as bewildered. But we love those. We love doing it. We're excited about them. And send them to us. Yeah. Okay, we're going to move on to our main topic of the week, which is kind of I don't know.
Kind of a downer.
No, it's not a downer. I think it's just important. The topic of the week is called "When is enough enough?" I don't know. Let's jump in here. When is
We got
enough?
this great topic. When is enough enough? It's
No,
going great.
okay. When is enough enough? Like in this industry, are you gonna do this forever, Mel? Are you going to stick to your guns and, your taps and never stop auditioning, never stop being an actor, always do this for the rest of your life forever?
Yeah.
Are you gonna put a ring on it?
I'm gonna marry the career of acting. I'm gonna marry the career of performing.
What if it never brings you enough income?
Well, I mean, it's
What if it
first
stops
of
you
all-
from having a relationship?
You're really helping me right
What if it keeps you from your family?
You're putting me down right now.
I'm just asking the questions that
Can
people
you
want
let
to
me
know.
answer?
No, I'm gonna keep berating you.
I think performing has a lot of different branches that you can go to.
Branches.
I think you can, though. I mean,
Yeah.
you still have a performing career if you're teaching every day. You're teaching young minds.
Okay. That's
like,
not.
is that
that's
what you're
not,
asking me? Or
No,
are you saying, like,
you
are
knew-
you gonna go to auditions every day and, like,
No, you're the one who. No, you're the one who suggested this one, and I'm sticking to the fact that, like, when it's. Would you stop being a performer? Because teaching, that's still different. Like, yes, you were teaching, like, the subject, then you got your consistent paycheck.
I don't think I
your
could
assistant.
stop being a performer. I truly don't.
Okay.
Like, I love it.
Yeah, but would you move on to a different industry and only do this on the side, like, entirely? Because
I
right
wouldn't
now.
move to a different industry, no.
Okay.
I will always be a part of this industry.
Okay. Full stop.
Full stop. Like, this is where I'm happy.
Okay.
I'll always be a part of this industry, whether that be, like, doing voiceover or having a steady job as, like, recruiting or casting or something like that and performing on the side. Like, I think that's an honorable place
10
to
years
be.
down the line, you still don't have
God, I'm
anything.
35 years old.
You still have not gotten anything that's made you feel sustained or, like, or satisfied about the work that you're doing. You're down. You don't have enough money. You're not being recognized the way you think you should be.
I just
what do you
take
do?
to the streets. I do street performing only.
Oh
Street
my
performing.
God.
No.
That was like straight up like the scene in a movie trailer. What do you do? Take it to the streets.
And there's like
This
me in
isn't
a
Honey.
montage of
Like,
running around.
This isn't Stomp the Yard. Like,
Never give up your dreams.
God, take it to the streets. No, for real. What do you do? What
Me
somebody offers
personally,
you a
like
job?
my backup plan?
Yeah,
My plan B?
you're at that point. Somebody goes, look, I've got an $90,000 job starting off here, different industry, fits your skill set still. Would you do it? So you've got families too.
That's different.
When's enough, Mel?
What is enough? No, you have a I mean, I don't know, man. I'm young and wild and free.
Okay, well, that's not the topic of young, wild, and free. This is when is
I
enough
feel like
enough.
we should switch topics. Let's be young and wild and free.
No.
No, I would seriously consider it. I don't think I could ever be 100% happy doing anything else.
Okay.
I also don't see that for myself.
Okay.
I don't. I see performing in a capacity for the
Okay,
rest of my life.
this includes like teaching, like you said.
Yeah. No, I see myself performing.
Okay.
100%. Who knows? I mean,
Okay.
anything could change. Would I hope to be more financially stable?
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay,
But
can
that'd
you-
probably mean I'd change my side hustle.
Sure. I mean, okay. I'll tell you something that tons of older actors that we know, like everybody, kind of not everybody, but a lot of people end up taking breaks for like years.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see yourself doing that?
Yeah, I can. I mean,
I think realistically, I could easily see myself doing that for sure.
taking a break, growing into it, I just can't imagine leaving it the end.
Entirely. Yeah.
I can't imagine leaving. I can't imagine there's ever a breaking point where I'm like, this cannot happen anymore. Bye.
Well, but a lot of people who go into those breaks, they start feeling that way, and then they're rejuvenated by the break. They don't necessarily go, I'm taking a break because I just want to take
Well, I
a
mean,
break.
we've
It's
talked about
because
this. We've talked
they're
about-
jaded or like they're tired.
And we have friends our age who are doing the break now. They're they're working extremely hard
Right.
at a great gig that has nothing to do with our industry. They're
Yeah.
doing it for the money to save it up so that
Yeah.
they can 100% pull the dream. I think that's the time when I think about when is enough. When I've reached the
Okay.
breaking point of like there's so much side hustle and yet I'm trying to put 100%, when I feel split. That is the only
that
time I
took,
think
like,
about.
4 minutes of me picking at you to get to this.
I'm so sorry. I just
It's
that's
fine.
how my
No,
brain
it's
works,
fine.
Okay.
That's fine. I didn't realize I needed to warm you up first.
I think that's the only time I question when is enough. And I think it's okay to admit that, because a lot of times people are like, as soon as you wake up and this isn't what you want to do anymore, you're out. Like, you gotta get out.
No.
That's not what it is. It's
No.
just that breaking point. We all have a breaking point. It's fine if you have a breaking point. I have approached that breaking point when, great jobs have come up in like a news feed, or I've thought about a great job, or I've met some great people who are doing great things. They're making a difference, and I'm like, I could be doing that. I could be doing that instead of like 100% trying to audition and 100% trying to do your side gig and then just feeling split. And I think that's an open, honest conversation that a lot of us need to have. We've had a conversation about it. You've talked about it. You want to go back to school?
I think I'm going to go back to grad school eventually, but I'm not
something completely different.
Yeah, I'm not going to grad school for this because it's not... I've worked professionally in the industry, and not that there isn't value in going back and getting your graduate degree in acting. I just can't see myself spending money on that, honestly. I would rather get a little bit more of another skill set and something I'm passionate about. But the other thing that you're touching on is already how I feel now about, like... how am I making a difference? Like, what am I doing right now that's affecting people in a positive manner? Well, I love my show, $1 Million Quartet, my show, like the show I've been like doing, my show. Yeah, exactly. The show, because the older people, a lot of times that we perform with, it takes them back and they're having so much fun. And that, like, it's the coolest, awesomest feeling in the world. But a lot of times when we're doing this industry, there's really campy stuff or these fluff shows that don't make you feel, or even like, an audition or a callback for it, and I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, what am I, how is this helping people? So that doesn't motivate me either. It's not just about doing the gig or just getting the contract. Like, I definitely, and I talked about this with somebody on my last contract, where they're like, I don't know, I'm 26, and like, what am I doing to help people at this point? I don't know. Like,
I think as soon as you start questioning that day in, day out, and if you go to an audition... I think the breaking point is if you go to an audition, you do great, you book the gig, and then you feel nothing.
Yeah.
That's when enough is enough. You know, because we're so focused on this goal that, like, we don't have time to ask ourselves, is this the goal? Is this the true goal that would make me 100% happy? You just asked me that.
Yeah.
You're saying, like, if I have to give up everything else for the goal of... performing 100% professionally, if I have to give up everything else, you know, like all the relationships I have, all the relationships I had, money, stability, all of that, is it still worth it at the end of the day? I think that's when enough is enough.
Also, I think even before that, it's that if you are feeling mentally unhealthy, kind of like what we talked about with the mental game episode, if this is affecting you negatively, like, to the point where it is like breaking you every day, like, it's not worth it. This industry is beautiful and passionate and brilliant, but there is also a point where it is incredibly harsh and unforgiving, and it's not that you're not strong enough, it's that there might be something that you are better at that's going to be more healthy for you, that you have been called to do more, that's going to be a positive spin for you.
But this is what I was asking you, is like, I mean, you might go through this as because we're young adults, you might go through this as a young adult and realize that you're really great at teaching or at casting.
Yeah.
That's not, to me, that's not giving up. That's not saying no.
No, but that's I still don't feel like that's the conversation that we're having. Because then that's not you giving up, because that's just you choosing another thing. I mean, and also I don't think giving up's the way we need to look at it. We're just asking, when is enough as a full-fledged audition horror performer who's like wanting to just do this crazy hard thing for the rest of your life? Because then, like, if you find your passion, like what we're saying, like it's something else, that's not giving up. Then you're like, I'm not.
I think if you find more joy out of whatever other project you're doing, like, say, you know, you're auditioning all the time, but also you're on, like, you're working for a nonprofit organization.
Sure, yeah.
With kids.
Yeah.
If that is giving you more joy than waking up and dancing at an audition, then that's when enough is enough.
And risking your body and, like, you know, hurting yourself, possibly.
You know, and that's when enough is enough. When the other things are more joyous than the thing.
Yes.
That's when enough is enough. And...
Yeah.
But if you wake up till you're 67 years old we see these people.
Yeah.
If you wake up till you're 67 years old and you're still excited, nervous,
Do it.
anticipatory,
Do it.
all those things about auditioning, then just do it.
Do it. And we've seen people at work
And
that
we
are
don't
like that.
we don't have the answer that
No.
that a stable job and a stable life and a blah 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 is the enough. You know,
Right.
you might be completely 100% fulfilled doing gigs for
Yeah.
the rest of your life, and that's
Right.
okay.
And also, like, if you're feeling negative about it, you got to do, like, look at what we're doing. We decided we're going to create a podcast. I have my music project that I do on the side. You're trying to create a one-woman show. Like, you got to...
I wrote it last night.
Okay. But, like, you know, we're creating our own shit because it makes us really happy, makes us feel fulfilled, makes us feel like we're making a difference.
But I think that's what people have been doing forever.
No. Yes. I mean, yes, they've been doing it forever, but you know how many friends we have or colleagues or, you know, people we know in the industry where this is all they do is audition day in, day out. Their anxiety, they're tired, they're exhausted, they're not getting their artistic fulfillment. And I think sometimes we get lost and forget that, hey, it's okay to create some shit too. Like, don't put all your eggs in the basket of, like, going out for other people's stuff. Find something that makes you happy. You got into this industry because it had to give you some joy. So write some shit, you know? Like, get excited about art again in your own way. Or move on to something that makes you more happy if it's teaching or casting.
No,
or
but I
whatever.
think that can be scary.
Yeah, get closer to the mic again.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just comfortable over there.
I don't care.
I think it can be really scary. I mean, you actually came up with this idea for the podcast. I didn't. You were the one who wanted to do it.
Yes, but
And
that same point,
I remember-
you pushed me to do it.
I remember the conversation we had, and you said, "Hey, I think I'm going to do this," and I was like, "I'd love to be a guest," and you said,
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
No.
Yes, you did.
No,
I have
back
the
up.
text message.
No.
Yes, I
No.
do. And you said, "I want to do this. I want to help people. I want to do it." And I said, "Well, then I better be a guest." And you said, "Or a co-host." And I think
that part I do remember.
You do.
No,
remember.
Okay, no,
that's
back
what
up.
happened.
No, back up.
Let me make my point.
No, because you said, I was like, I'm struggling with that, blah, blah, blah. I'm thinking about this podcast
And I was like,
thing.
talk about it. Start the conversation. That's what
I was
said.
like, maybe like, I had this podcast idea. I was like, but I don't know if it can work. And then you were like, no, I think you should do it. Like, I think this is what you should do. I think it's
I know,
important.
because I'm
Yeah,
a positive
push
influence
it.
in
And
you.
I was like, oh, okay. Like, yeah, I mean, I guess maybe this could be a thing.
Okay,
She's
can
like,
I
but
go
just
to
make
my-
me a guest. You're the one who pushed me to, like,
Okay,
that I could do the
you're
idea.
welcome.
And I was like, no,
Okay,
then
what do
you
you
be the
want? You're
co-host.
welcome. You're welcome. Okay.
Okay.
Moving forward.
I my light to bell.
What I was saying was that was a risky decision for both of us. Like, oh, we don't even know where we are right now. Like, we don't know how it was going to go. We didn't
Yeah.
know how it was going to be received. We had no idea.
Yeah.
And that can be a really hard thing to push. I mean,
It's scary.
and
yeah.
if you're just constantly looking for that break, that time when it's your time, when you know, that next audition could be the one. If you just keep pushing forward, then it's sometimes easier to think like the next audition is the one,
Right.
rather than I'm taking this upon myself to do something risky and change the way people look at me.
Hashtag be creative. Yeah.
That was
proactive.
like the saddest. You were like, hashtag be creative.
I know. No, but
So
I just
sad.
like this podcast has already given me like a little bit of rejuvenation as an artist to be like, no, I'm gonna keep doing the auditions. I'm gonna keep like working at these things because you pushed me and like us to like do something. We need to wrap this up.
So the answer to the question, when is enough, we don't know.
No, I feel like we
can-
have strong opinions
I
though.
can envision a breaking point. I don't know if it's ever going to come. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I can personally...
Yeah.
You have a breaking point. You know that.
It's when it affects me negatively, and also like I guess I meant to say this was that like if you feel like you're like, okay, I do want to go down this route of being creative and like getting something else on the artsy side, find somebody like I found Mel, who is not just like intelligent and like artsy herself, but we both work really hard at this podcast, and we trust each other, and we've worked together.
I don't trust
And you got to find
I
people
don't
to
trust
get.
you when you say Twitter at us.
I know. but like we went into it together, and that part was the part that made it way less scary. Is I found somebody. It doesn't have to be one person. Make it a group, whatever. But find people to help you do some other art. But
That's
if
how art's
it's
created. You just talk to people.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
you
but if-
find connections. That's what we all hope to do, in whatever we hope to do.
right. But if it's being negative on your life, don't let this industry do that to you. Find another way to do the industry, or go to something else that's going to fit your skill set and make you a positive, happy person.
And make sure you know the priorities and you look at your timeline.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
instead
important.
of just the timeline like next month, look at the timeline for like your
Yes,
life and decide your breaking point, because that's what it's about. It's not like
do some soul searching.
We know what we're gonna do. We have this set kind of goal. We know what we want. We know what we'd fall back on, even though they say don't have a plan B. Whatever.
Oh,
you have to be whatever gives you peace of mind at the end of the day. And if it's auditioning till you're... I mean, we saw a lady the other day who was 71 years old.
She was older than that.
I don't know.
I think she was older than that.
She didn't know how to work a computer, so...
But she was out there. She's doing it.
And, you know, and she's happy, obviously.
Yeah.
She looked it.
She's happy to be in the room.
And if that's what makes you happy, do it. And if it's not and you need to find fulfillment through something else, do that. If it's in the industry, if it's out of the industry, if it's, like, across the world, if it's in a human, if it's in a dog, a cat, whatever gives you fulfillment, you do it. That's your enough. I feel like I'm using enough like
I feel like we have no hashtags.
Like a noun.
For this one. Be positive.
Hashtag enough.
Hashtag enough. Hashtag move on.
You guys stop talking.
Yeah. All right, we're going to wrap this up. Behind the desk. Come back at us. lukewarmelon@gmail.com.
Tell us your breaking point.
Yeah. Horror stories, all the things. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, CastBox, SoundCloud, YouTube. Follow us. Tell your friends. Tell your friends.
Hashtag tell your friends.
Great. Peace and out. Get out of here.